I'm good with that. In middle school, I played the flute. And yes, I chose band because all my friends were doing it and not because I had a burning desire to do it. When I first started out, I was terrible. You had to purse your lips to get the air to gently glide over the mouthpiece to get a nice, crisp sound. But back then, I had no idea what I was doing. Eventually, I got the hang of it, and I guess you could say I had a natural talent for it. Every quarter, they sat us in a room with our teacher to play a set of songs. And based off of that, they rank you based off of how good of a player you were. Then they placed you in chairs. First chair being the best player, and last chair meant you could use more practice. To my surprise, I was granted first chair on the first day of band practice. I remember feeling so confused and so elated at the same time. How was I so good when I rarely practiced? My teacher even gave me an opportunity to play a solo during a concert. Honestly, I've never been so nervous in my life. When I was called up to play my solo, I froze. As I started playing, my hands felt heavier and heavier. I totally messed up all the notes and played an array of botched notes that were nowhere close to what the song even resembled. By society's definition, I had failed to give a good, let alone an outstanding performance. I felt so embarrassed knowing that I had failed. I remember crying all the way home and spending the night thinking about how I wasn't good enough and that I should have been more prepared for that performance. And that week, we had to compete for the chair rankings again. I came nowhere near first chair and was bumped down to fourth. I felt defeated. However, in that moment, I had a choice to sit in my sadness and wallow in self-pity, or I could get back up again and practice. The more I practiced, the better I got, and eventually when I got the opportunity to perform again, I was much better and I earned my place back in first chair, not in fourth. Thinking back, I learned a lot of lessons. If I hadn't failed and I had succeeded the whole time, I wouldn't have worked so hard to practice and would have been complacent. Also, if I would have chosen to sit in my sadness and did not get back up, that would have been the end of the story, and I wouldn't have grown professionally or personally. Through all of my failures in life, I learned that it is not a bad thing, and it is essential for success. We might not get taught this often as our society is built off of accolades and accomplishments. However, failure is a part of a journey that can teach us a lot of lessons along the way, especially what not to do for next time. It has also taught me the power of inner dialogue. What you say to yourself can make or break you. I've realized that being positive, confident, resilient while taking the next step is also a really important part of the process. It's easy to look at successful people and think they gained their success overnight. And nowadays, it seems that way, especially when scrolling across social media. But I have to remind myself that a lot of people don't parade around the fact that it took years of hard work without seeing any results for them to get to where they are now. I also have to remind myself that everyone defines success differently. Where I saw that performance as a complete and total train wreck, someone in the audience might have thought it was a masterpiece. Many people that we call successful today, like J.K. Rowling, Steve Jobs, and Elon Musk, had failed before they succeeded. And in the words of Thomas Edison, I have not failed. I just found 10,000 ways that won't work. Remember, you can't fail without taking any action. So I hope this week you can take this into account and fail forwards.
All right.